If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First off, it's free. And there are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Then Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. Then you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's Anchor, ANCHOR.FM, and get started making your own podcast. Welcome to the Yummy and Fearless podcast with the Side Chicks, where we offer our side of the issues. Thank you so much for listening. Please follow us at Yummy Fearless on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and even Pinterest, where you'll find additional content from today's show. You can also listen to us on Apple iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, and Spotify. Please rate, like, review, subscribe, and share. And if no one else has told you today, we love you. Now let's get into the show.
Begin Podfix Network transmission in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Yummy and Fearless podcast with the Side Chicks. I'm Yummy.
I'm Dark Phoenix.
What's up, y'all?
What's up?
All right. Okay, so there's a gentleman who calls himself a life coach. He's also a podcaster, a fellow podcaster, and he went viral here recently for a message that he put on Facebook for his fiance. And it was meant to be a heartfelt message. Actually, I think she may be his wife, so I'm going to read it to you.
Okay.
It goes like this. You're not the most beautiful woman. Neither are you the most intelligent woman.
Oh my fucking goodness.
But I've chosen to never find perfection in anyone else. I put my gaze on you, and with that commitment, we would mold ourselves for ourselves. Our perfection is in our commitment. Stating that you're not the most beautiful, intelligent might sound like it's not a compliment, yeah? But it's a realistic base for real love. Acknowledging that my woman isn't the best, but I'm not looking for the best. I was looking for you, and I found you. There's no best.
This is getting worse.
There's no best. There's just someone you choose and see the best in them. This, to me, is real love. Not the one that consoles itself in the full reality that their partner is the most good-looking, most intelligent, most successful person in the world. That's disingenuous and doesn't give room for love to thrive. I love you. I'm committed to you. I miss you so much, but my love for you is stronger than distance. Okay. That's it. So
I fucking hate this guy. I fucking hate him.
He put this on Facebook, and clearly this caught the attention of lots of people. So it garnered over 28,000 likes on Instagram. So
28,000 likes.
The internet is somewhat split. So some people were saying, was this even necessary? Another user said, how can you start a paragraph with
you're not the most beautiful
woman? Yes. So people were not pleased, and many found that the post was humiliating and even disrespectful to her.
Humiliating, to say the least.
So
she needs to run.
Oh my gosh!
Please run.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be real with you. If a motherfucker ever started,
wish a motherfucker would.
Talking about I was not the most beautiful, and nor the most intelligent. Could you imagine a motherfucker like you're not the most intelligent?
Don't marry his ass, please.
why would you? But
Why would you say that? Why do you feel the need I fucking hate him. I don't even know him. Yeah. I fucking hate this guy.
Now, let me say this. Since he brought up the topic of appearances, so there are pictures of him and her.
Okay.
So let's talk about him and his appearance.
Okay.
Like,
please.
And I'm just being honest. You know, this dude is about a 4.5.
Oh my fucking goodness.
Like, when I say he has never been a chosen, no one has ever said that handsome gentleman. Never. He never. I'm not kidding you. Like, he's not
ugly.
Even,
he's unattractive.
He's not. I wouldn't even say I wouldn't even describe him as average attractive. And I'm sorry that I'm saying this, but he brought up this topic, and I'm sure if he's comfortable saying that someone that he loves,
right,
then this is acceptable for me to go ahead and rate him. Right. And I'm not bullshitting here, but like, real talk, like, he's not a good looking dude. He's not even like he all right. He's not.
How much of that do you think is because you find him ugly on the inside, though? You think because he's primed you to not see his attractiveness because he started, your introduction to him was.
That's a small part of it. He honestly is not attractive. like for real. Like, even if, just generally speaking, like, if I knew him, I'd be like, you gonna have to make a woman really feel you inside. Like for real. Like, he's not tall. You know, he's not like, he doesn't have a body. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming that he's not
So
rich.
Where does he get off? How audacious? Where does he get the audacity?
He looks.
What about her? What does she look like?
Of the two, she's more attractive. To me, she's an attractive woman. Like, she definitely is more attractive than him. Like, you would think that she could attract a more attractive man than he is. And you know how people attract their level of attractiveness?
Right.
Typically, he's below her in terms of attractiveness. I'm serious. He's like a 4. He's like a 4.
I'm so afraid. I'm so concerned for her, because somebody who would say that in a public forum, put it in writing. You took time. You took time to put pen to paper and post that shit. I ain't no telling what the fuck he's saying to her behind closed doors. Like, he might be abusive.
This is premeditated.
Yes.
You know, he had time to think about this, to contemplate this.
He could have pulled it back. He could have deleted it. He could have edited it. Yes. But no.
To put this out. So one person said, this is so cringeworthy, and you just succeeded in humiliating her. Meanwhile, she's a 10. Your woman should be the most beautiful person in your eyes,
right,
despite your flaws and imperfections. Your write-up shows you're just managing or settling for her until you find your most beautiful, most intelligent, most endowed woman. Ooh, it's giving narcissistic vibes. Sick.
Well said. It is sick. It's sick.
Yeah.
Who says that?
Who would say that? But this motherfucker clearly.
That's humiliating. I'm just pissed.
He thought he was being profound.
I'm really annoyed. Profound. Like, he does not deserve to have air.
I don't know.
This man is breathing the same oxygen that we all are breathing, and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah. So somebody else said that he was saying he settled for her, and he said it publicly. So once he finds the best, he's going to leave her. But
what he said wasn't even deep. It was dumb.
It was dumb.
It was nothing deep about what he said.
But you can tell that he thought he was being deep as fuck.
He clearly thought he was being deep, but it wasn't. Like, I'm questioning I'm questioning her right now. Like, I'm looking at her funny. Like, why?
He has and then he has these tortoise Harry Potter glasses. I'm not his name is Solomon Bucci.
I'm looking him up.
Please look him up, because I'm not even bullshitting. He's not. His physical appearance is such that he should never bring up physical appearances. It's like He okay, but he should never bring up the topic of how people look. Like you, not you. Don't. It's Solomon Bucci, Buchi.
She's gorgeous to me.
Thank you. That woman's man.
He is.
Do you see?
No.
Am I exaggerating?
And he announced his engagement. That was how he announced his engagement. Don't marry him. Run.
Yes.
Let's get her number. I want to.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing. A lot of people agreed with him. Everybody did not disagree. A lot of people agreed with him. Have you ever heard the term nagging?
Nagging?
Okay. It's kind of an urban term. And what he was doing is an example of when a man negs a woman.
Like so negative?
That might be the origins of this. So if you look it up, the Urban Dictionary defines nagging as this. It's low-grade insults meant to undermine the self-confidence of a woman, so she might be more vulnerable to your advances. It is a classic form of emotional manipulation that is cloaked in such subtlety that you may not be able to spot it at first. So some people are claiming that this is a form of negging and that he's probably a chronic negger and not nigger.
I can't believe my eyes. I cannot believe. And he's not attractive at all.
Do you see? I'm not exaggerating, right?
And these are he posted these pictures.
That's him looking good.
That's him posting his best.
Right. And that's his highlight reel. Now, do you think somebody that looks like him would ever bring up somebody's physical appearance, period?
I cannot believe that he did that.
No. But
who is he influencing? Well, clearly he's influenced.
I don't know. And I don't know. But to play devil's advocate, you do know people who have partners that you've thought to yourself, what the fuck are you doing with them?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yes.
So is it possible, though, that they share perhaps his philosophies? They just aren't posting them publicly? Is it possible that they feel like you aren't the most beautiful or the most intelligent? I've been around people and their partners, and I think to myself, this bitch dumb as fuck. Like, how do you
dumb? That's kind of how I'm like, and I know people have varying levels, of mental health. I think mental health plays into why a woman would stay with a man like this douchebag. He's a fucking douche.
That ain't cute.
One commenter said he pointed out 2 huge flaws, offered no praises or admiration for even one lovable quality about her, praised himself in the process for choosing her.
Sure did.
Anyone who sees this as on moment is just evil.
It just demonstrates a horrific sense of judgment. If nothing else, your judgment to do something like that.
Your judgment, everything is questionable now. I'm questioning her judgment though.
Absolutely.
I'm questioning her. I hope that she sees that. I hope that somebody talks some sense into her. You're not the most intelligent. You're not the most beautiful.
Both.
Who is listening to this? Who is this man influencing?
He could have said one of them are bad enough. He said both.
And said it again. Repeated it.
And then he followed it up. He bookended it.
Double down, as they say. But
again, people who have partners that are not that attractive.
Yes, but it's not, to me, it's not, I mean, the whole attractiveness thing is very superficial. First of all, you're starting from, this guy starts with, he leads with the whole superficial. You're not the most beautiful. That right there is telling, if I did believe, if I didn't believe that love was a bitch and a whore, I would absolutely want somebody to love me, and I would want to love that person, not for what they look like. I would hope that you're not going to get married to somebody because looks fade. I don't care if you're the most beautiful person in the world. You're not always going to be.
I mean, looks fade, but you also know people who, before the fading starts, start out kind of like, ugh.
Absolutely.
So I'm saying, though, do you think those situations are a case where they are more like have a philosophy similar to this dude?
No. I mean, I would hope not.
I don't know. But what I'm saying is I don't know. Because
they're just not posting it, is what
and
you're
they're
saying.
just not posting it. They're just simply not posting it. And there are also people who are more comfortable with mates that are less attractive. I have a friend who was like, I chose my wife because I wanted a woman who would get less attention from men. So, for example, if you saw them, you might be like, she doesn't match his fly. But you wouldn't necessarily know that backstory.
Right.
Okay. But that's a similar thing. But in his head, that is a similar. You're not the most, I'm sure that's a true statement for him. You're not the most attractive woman.
But what about beauty is in the eye of the beholder? How do we know that people don't just see beauty beyond what we, just because it won't be our cup of tea, it might be somebody else's cup of tea, and he or she is not looking at them through the same lens through it, that we're looking at them. I
think that that's a good point, and I think that's the alternative. But I think for the sake of this argument, I don't think that that's always the case. I think that sometimes people are fully aware that their partners or spouses are not the most attractive person. That it isn't a thing where it's like, to me, that nigga fine as fuck. No, people know.
But how would you ever know? I mean, you don't know. I mean, unless somebody was stupid enough like this dude to say it out loud, you just kind of assume that there's something beyond beauty, or maybe to him, she is beautiful, or to her, he is beautiful. You just kind of assume, I mean,
you kind of assume, or if you know that person and they kind of let it slip, which has been my case. So right. I know a couple of these people where I've had numerous in-depth personal conversations and they sort of let it slip.
Oh shit. Oh no.
They sort of let it slip. Now, and I know other people where it's like, to me, I look at them and I'm like, she lightweight hit to me, but to them, they like, oh my God. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's like, he sees Halle Berry or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I get that. Cause right. Right. That's you, but we ain't talking about them. But I know niggas who don't see Halle Berry and they know that. Uh-huh. They know they chick
is not like, that attractive. Okay.
Is low. They know this. They're aware of it. Sometimes it was a conscious decision. Sometimes people have a different priority in terms of what they value.
Right.
Also. But that's what I'm saying. So perhaps Solomon's isn't as eloquent in expressing these values, but perhaps they're not as uncommon as we may like to think. But the internet is divided, though. A lot of people are like, oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
People are sheep.
Now, it's ignorant as fuck to me.
People are sheep. And there's no way. There's anybody who, that's why I'm like, I mean, a lot of people follow Kevin Samuels too, and we're like endorsing his shit, and Donald Trump for that matter, so I gotta wonder about people sometimes, but what?
Haven't you seen people that like, you think to yourself, they like ugly people?
Not ugly. I mean, I always think I always, unless somebody just has an ugly spirit, like ugly energy. And I think you're kind of like this too. I like to find the beauty in anybody. I can find beauty in anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody. Unless they have an ugly spirit. Then I can start, like Donald Trump, for instance. I can talk about his ugly ass.
Right.
Long tie wearing, fat ass, because he is ugly he seems very ugly on the inside. So when I see somebody that, obviously there are people that I find attractive, and that men or women that I find attractive. And there are people that are less attractive to me.
Yeah.
But when I see those people with somebody that I say is more attractive comparatively, I'm thinking, wow, this guy must be not shallow at all. He must not really be shallow, or she must really see his spirit, because he must have a sweet, and I'm looking for it. I'm like, okay, I can see why, he chose her or she chose him, unless they do something that's like just ugly on the inside. I think it's possible. It's no way to know. And I hope that, certainly it happens. Like you said, certainly there are people out there like this idiot who feel that way, and they're just not posting it. But, I have to wonder about the young woman. I'm concerned for her if she stays with him.
Now, another thing, when I've had these discussions with men to try to understand this a bit better, just general attraction for men, I've also had men that'll say if a woman is attractive sexually, or if she has really good sex, then it can turn into a relationship because the sex is really good. If she's
men too, though, that goes both ways, right? If the D is good.
If the D is good and he broke, I don't have a lot of patience. I can't deal with certain stuff.
No, not you, not us.
Ignorance, but
them other chicks out there.
Maybe, but I don't know. I guess I say men because it's different for men. Men are more physical to me, and I don't know.
And
I just
visual.
think it's visual, so I just think it's more different. But I've talked to men that are like, her face leaves a little bit more to be desired, but she's got a great body, or her sex is really good. And so they'll go with it. So sometimes you'll see a dude, and as a woman, you looking at her and like, her teeth are gigantic. But for a dude, she got dick sucking lips or whatever, like stuff that as a woman, I don't get. So
and the bosom and the bottom.
Bosoms, yeah. So sometimes, it's just stuff like that. But I think that there probably are more people that share this dude's viewpoint, but just aren't posting it to social media.
That's fair. That's fair. Probably.
So, but check this out.
Sorry for the woman. Yeah.
Well, this woman, she had a response, and here's what she said. She said, "I said yes, and to the most amazing man there is, I love you so, so much. You have been consistent, thoughtful, loving, caring, loyal, and the list goes on. Relationships are difficult, but long distance relationships are harder. But you make it easier because of how intentional and willing you are to put in the work. You take every opportunity to show me how much you love and prioritize me. With you, I can be my complete self. With you, I feel safe, loved, and fully accepted. I remember when we first met and you asked me what my spec was. I told you that I didn't have a spec, but now looking back, I couldn't have asked for a better match for me than you. We are so different, but still complement each other well. I thank God for leading you to me. I thank God for making our paths cross. I thank God for the past year with you. We have had our ups and downs. The downs could have torn us apart, but instead it strengthened our bond. I am grateful for you. I am so happy that we have eternity to continue enjoying and learning each other. Cheers to doing life with you." That is her response.
No disrespect, but she needs help. She needs help. And she's too pretty for him. She's too pretty for him. I'm okay. I get it now. I'm looking at pictures of her and I'm like,
do you see that?
You're too good for him. He looks like an ant. You are gorgeous. She looks like a model.
Yeah. And you letting a motherfucker rep you like that?
Shay you like that. on the internets. Well, have fun.
Yeah. Well,
let's talk back in about 7 years.
When first time I read it, my first thought was they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it. But after all of the backlash, Mr. Solomon came back and he's refusing to apologize for telling his fiance this from his virtual letter that he dedicated to her. What did he say?
He's gross. I don't like him at all.
Yeah, he's saying that he won't be saying that he's sorry. He said that nobody is getting an apology. It's actually bold to assume that I owe strangers an apology for what was written to my woman. Let her speak for herself. I hope to hear her thoughts on her podcast on Friday. And she went on to say,
what did she say?
On Instagram, the past few days have been intense and interesting. So if I was to say that he is not the most handsome or the most intelligent man, would that make us even? I know.
She needs help. They both need help. Maybe they deserve each other.
They might deserve each other. I know. That's kind of like, yeah.
She's proving him out. She's proving his point. Yeah, not the most intelligent woman.
She may not be. Maybe he's right on the intelligent part.
Clearly.
Yeah, the more she talks, I'm like,
more,
maybe,
yes.
Perhaps.
So
perhaps.
Congratulations, lady.
Well, in addition to that, they're using this opportunity of humiliation to self-promote. I'd be like, and you gonna use this to self-promote our podcast?
Right. For the clicks.
Yeah, for the clicks.
Let's talk about it on the podcast. Okay. So maybe it's a publicity stunt. I gotta hope that.
I don't think so.
I just don't want to be nobody's publicity stunt like that. I don't. Especially him. You fedora wearing bastard.
You reptile looking nigga. You reptilian looking motherfucker. Right.
Oh, you been wearing a wool hat in the summertime.
Right.
Harry Potter glasses wearing.
Portis. Chill headed.
Crying on the internet.
Right.
Bitch ass looking ass.
Subject and verbs barely agreeing. Writing ass nigga. Yeah. That's no.
Oh, big teeth, buck tooth motherfucker.
Big ass African Asian name having motherfucker.
Bow tie wearing ass with nowhere to go.
Nation of Islam garment having ass nigga. That's just like, if I would write him back like, you don't have the biggest or the widest dick.
Now that would be, let's write her. Say, that would make y'all even. Tell everybody that he ain't got the biggest dick.
You got the weakest stroke I ever had, but I choose to love you anyway.
Oh.
I choose to suffocate you with this ass and ride your face because you don't last long enough for me to come when we have actual sex. But I still choose.
That would make them even. That would make them even.
I
would feel so much better about that.
Right.
He has pubic hair on his chin. I'm just saying. Growing out of his chin.
Oh, so motherfucking deep. And he like 3 centimeters deep. Shallow,
transparent, the paper thin ass.
Oh yeah.
This doesn't end. Okay, that makes me feel better. Actually, I think I can talk about him. I ain't even gonna give him no more attention. Solid monkey.
Ooh, new American primate looking motherfucker. y'all were more mature. Oh God, not
but nope.
Salamander. That won't happen. Here, not never.
Nope. We can't do it. We cannot do it. He started it. I'm just saying.
He did. He talked about
beauty. Took us there. He took us there.
You brought up the subject, so here we are.
All is
Mr.
fair.
Salamander. Here we are. Yeah.
The gloves come off.
Oh, honey.
Reptile looking ass.
We at it. We doing it now. We getting dirty.
And we can go on. We can trust and believe. We can go. But I'm gonna leave it right there.
But no, I got my Bible sitting right here next to me, so I'm gonna stop.
You're a God-fearing woman.
I am. Yes,
I'm mad at his shirt. What the fuck shirt? Look at his shirt. Polka dot wearing ass with stripes.
40 narrow-waisted ass. Girth. He ain't got girth nowhere. Nowhere.
Tuck your shirt in. I'm mad. I'm so mad at him. I'm really mad at him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just mad at that shirt though. I'm really mad at that shirt and that hat. I'm fucking mad at that hat.
But seriously, when you saw the picture, can you imagine that this gentleman would ever bring up an appearance of anyone?
Gentleman? Let's just
gentle
call
salamander.
him what he is.
That this gentle salamander would ever bring up the appearance of anyone. You would never want that topic to come up.
I would never imagine that his monkey looking ass would say anything about anybody's looks.
Never. And I don't typically.
He probably have a small penis. I bet you he has a small penis. There's no way in God's green earth that he does not. Can we bet? Can we make? I
got him at 4 and a quarter.
I'm thinking micro. I'm thinking micro. I'm thinking he's a micro dude. He's a micro. All those micros that you told me about.
Oh yeah, he's got one, and he got that damn hat in every color, every picture. He's got a basic
clitoris. He's basically got a clitoris.
Mr. Enlarged clitoris, have an ass.
That's what he has.
Okay,
enough. All right.
Yeah,
I'm immature. Right. I know. He started it. He started it, y'all.
I didn't want to do it.
Hey, he took me there. I'm not a killer, but don't push me, okay?
Yeah, right. Just had to happen. There's just so much disrespect. So I don't know. Okay. Yeah.
He'll put himself up for that.
All right. What we got? So yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening. If you like what you heard, review, subscribe, and share. It helps other listeners find us. And don't forget to follow us at Yummy Fearless on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and even Pinterest, where you'll find additional content from today's show and also our highly curated He Can Get It list. As always, you can listen to the Yummy and Fearless podcast with the Side Chicks on Apple iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, and Spotify. And if no one else has told you today, we love you and thank you so much for listening.
You've been listening to a podcast of the Podfix Network. Discover more audible gems like this at podfixnetwork.com. Make sure to catch up-to-the-minute network shenanigans by following @Podfix on Twitter, official_Podfix on Instagram, @Podfix Network on Facebook. And make sure to subscribe to Podfix Presents wherever you choose to find podcasts. The Podfix Network, artist owned and loved.